Where do I put what here?
You put 6 in part and 300 in the whole.
I put 6 in the part and 300 in the whole. Very good. Now what do I do?
Cross multiply the 6 and 100.
Very good. 6 times 100 happens to be 600, doesn't it? And then what do I do?
Divide it by 300.
Okay. It only goes 2 times, doesn't it? So I'm saying that 6 now is 2% of 300. When you do these, you have to ask yourself, does it make sense? This very small number is going to be a very small percent of this, isn't it? So yes, that does make sense. And you need to do that each time that you do one. What if I ask you, as far as word problems go, see, these are fairly straightforward, aren't they? On the GED test, you'll probably have to answer word problems to find percentages in that way. We can use the box exactly the same way, okay? If I say that we have some dentists surveyed, you know how the commercials go. 3 out of 4 dentists surveyed say, okay? Well, 3 out of 4 dentists that were surveyed recommend a fluoride toothpaste. What percent of the dentists surveyed recommended a fluoride toothpaste? So I'm saying 3 out of 4 dentists. So what percentage recommended that? Where do I put what here?
You put the 3 in the part and the 4 in the whole.
Okay, I'm going to put the 3 in the part. I guess if I erase this, it would help, wouldn't it? I'm going to put the 3 in the part because that's the part that I'm talking about, right? And the whole is the 4. Now what do I do?
Cross multiply the 3 and the 100.
Okay, 3 times 100 is going to be 300. Now what do I do?
Divide it by 4.
Very good. So that'll go 7 times and 5 times. So 3/4 is 75%. Does that make sense to you? Okay, very good. All right. Now, what I'd like for you to be able to do is do these on your own. I've got 3% word problems here, and I'd like for you to very quickly work on these. And I'll help you. Use the handout I gave you. And the first one says, by changing jobs, Dave increased his monthly salary by 7%. What does Dave earn now if his previous job paid $1,230 per month? So go ahead and fill this out and let me see how you're doing on it. Just to make it a little easier, you can use your calculators. This requires a little bit of thinking here. Remember what I said about the O's and the word original? Do you remember that? Is there an original amount here? So you came up with what? Okay, you came up with the same amount here. You came up with $86.10, didn't you? Does that answer the question? What else do you have to do? The question is, what does Dave earn now? Right? Before he earned $1,230. He got a raise of how much?
7%.
Right. And how much is the 7%? Very good. Now what do I have to do with what I know? $86.10 was his raise. How much is he already making?
1,230.
So what am I going to do with that?
Add that.
Very good. I'm going to add them together. Can you think of another way? Did you come up with that amount? Can you think of another way that I might be able to figure this out without having to do the addition at the end? This is asking a lot on the very first time we use the percent box. Can you think of another way of doing it? How much is he making now compared to what he was? He's making the 100% plus how many more percent? 7, right? So he's making 107% of what he originally made, correct? So what if I did that? What if I put What if I put 107% in my percent box up here? And the original amount was $1,230. Cool. Now do the math in your calculator. What'd you come up with?
1,369
It's amazing, isn't it? See, we just cut out a step, didn't we? Because the 107 were easy to add together. It was easier to add them together than what these two were. You can do it either way. It doesn't make any difference. They were both right, weren't they? Okay. You understand that? Pretty cool, isn't it? Okay. Now, the second one I want you to be able to do is it says Central Hardware places a 30% markup on each item it sells. If it pays $13.50 for a hammer, what price will they price it to their customer for? Where do I put where here? What do I put where? Okay, they've got a 30% markup. Where do I put the 30? Okay. I got another number here, $13.50. What do you suppose that one is? Is that an original amount? It is, isn't it? So I would put that here. Now I can do it just like the other one, right? Cross multiply, divide by 100, then add what I get back to my $13.50, or I could do this. Right? Because what they're going to charge for that hammer is the 100% plus a 30% on top of it, right? So do the math. All right, what'd you come up with?
1755.
$17.55. That's how much they would give for the hammer, right? All right. There's one more. Very quickly, you don't have to do this one. Just tell me where you would put what. Valley Appliances is marking down its appliances by 20%. What will the sale price of a washer that normally sells for $289 be? If they're marking it down 20%, right? How am I going to find out how much they're marking it down? What goes where?
20%.
The 20 will go up here in the percent box, you're right. Where does the 289 go?
The whole.
In the hole. So then I just do my math, don't I? And that would tell me how much it was marked down.